Welcome to the video about elongating the neck, stretching out the chest, opening up the shoulders and the arms, and Solace is going to join us. So assuming you have some form of blankets at home, you'll want 2 blankets. If you don't have blankets, bath towels, fold them up, roll them up, take them rolling, in this case towards the fringe, and we'll set the blanket up or towel here, and the hips are going to be on the floor. You might have a second blanket or towel for your head. It might be folded like this. The reason being, when you lay back, you don't want your head to be in this forward head position or the chin to be lifted. We're going for bringing the chins back, elongating the back of the neck. So we'll lie down, hips and butt on the floor. Slowly ease yourself down, spine onto the blanket, releasing the hips down. I like to take the hands behind the head. Gently lift the head up with the hands and the arms, and then drop the head backwards, keeping the arms elevated. You can see the belly breathing in and out. It's a gentle contraction of the breath as the belly goes in on the exhale. So filling on the inhale, bringing it in on the exhale. Gently lying the head down, releasing the arms. Hello, puppy. So the arms going wide. And at first you might discover that you really need to have your feet on the floor. But eventually you can work on walking the feet out. Take a step or two, see how that feels. On the low back, maybe tilt the pelvis, tuck the pelvis under, untuck the pelvis, tilting it towards the thighs. And eventually, see if it's possible to slowly extend the legs all the way out to the floor. The feet can just splay out, the knees splay out. Take a few moments to settle in with the breath. For me, the blanket underneath the head here doesn't feel good because it lifts my head up. So I'm just going to have it flat. This is what my body needs. You decide for yourself. Taking your head, draping the head over to the right, and then turning your face towards your blanket. Feeling a bit more stretch on the side of the neck. Bring the head back up, slide it to the other side. Kind of turning the face away from the blanket and then turning it back towards the blanket. Maybe even giving the blanket a little bit of a press with the side of the head. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the chins under as you bring the head back. So you could play with shrugging the shoulders up and depressing the shoulders down, pushing them down. You could squeeze the shoulder blades and bend the elbows towards the blanket. It's possible the hands might need to lift up, or that might just feel extra good to elevate them, opening the chest more. The top of the collarbone spreading wide, the back top tips of the shoulder pressing down, rolling down towards the floor. Maybe the back of the hands release down as well. If your low back doesn't feel good in this position, or you feel like you're extra arching here, simply bend your knees and place your feet. Relax the low back. So you might even push the hips up, tuck the tailbone under, and release it down. Slowly, you could let the knees gently drift side to side. If you have a puppy, now is the time that you pet their little faces. So I have a mini band here. You can take the mini band on the forearm and take the arms up and overhead a few times. I call this flossing. Thanks, Dr. Deesberg. Flossing the arms. But you could certainly do this without a mini band, taking the arms up and overhead. Instead of taking the arms up and bending, really try to lengthen this part of the arm through the elbow crease. The arms go up and overhead. If the hands don't easily touch the floor, you can lift the floor up with a blanket, a bolster, a stack of books. You could even do this by the couch. Say your hands go up and they just rest on the couch. Either way, release the arms down. Feel the support of whatever they're touching. Notice if the chin is lifting up and draw the chins back down. You could play with bending the elbows wide, elbows down, externally rotating, bringing the back of the hands to the floor. Maybe the elbows lift up, maybe they stay downward. Breathe as you externally rotate and then internally rotating, bringing the hands and fingertips down. So this is a deep rotation for your shoulder girdle. Back and forth. The important part being, if it hurts, don't push it. If this is a strain for your arms, bring something to the back of your arm so they can rest. No need to push it. This is yoga with Jocelyn. We want this to be enjoyable. Okay, we're going to take the arms down by our sides. Again, the backs of the shoulder blades here, pressing down to the floor, tucking the chins under, feeling openness in the chest. If it's possible, walk your feet all the way out, pulling the toes toward you, flattening the back of the knees. And again, you could take the arms up and over, flossing, feeling the stretch. This would be a reclined Utthita Hastasana. Utthita Hastasana is the Sanskrit word. Taking the arms wide, making more of a V. Rather than squeezing the arms together, opening them. And then rebending the elbows, take the hands down. Bend the knees, plant the feet. Press the feet down, lift the hips up, give a little shimmy shake. And just gently roll yourself over. Press yourself up, coming into a tabletop position. I like to have a little blanket for the knees. Placing the hands, really spreading out the fingers. Shrug the shoulders up. Bring the shoulders back down. Shrug them up again. Shoulders back down. So we're going to play with the dropping. It's a dropping of the belly and the rib cage as we lift the pelvis and the back up. And then the drawing the tailbone under, lifting the rib cage, dropping the head. Exhaling here. Inhaling yourself forward. Exhaling yourself back. When you inhale, find the length. Let the belly be big and full and open and wide. And when you exhale, drawing the tailbone under, lifting the rib cage up. Squeezing the abdomen slightly. You could always stay in one particular part of the cat-cow for a few cycles of breath. So if you stay in this cat version, really drop the head down and tuck the chins and slide the head back and forth. Again, shrugging shoulders up and then depressing the shoulders down. And then see what it feels like to stay in this cow pose for a long time. Feeling how the front of the pelvis is tilting down towards the thighs, opening up the space in your back. Not just dropping the rib cage and belly down, there's still an engagement here. Lifting the chest forward. And then we'll sit the hips back in a downward facing warrior. You might take a blanket, a towel, a stack of books, stick it between your feet, placing the hands a little more forward, taking the knees wide, inhaling, exhaling the hips back down, settling the hips onto whatever surface you can find. Maybe it's the feet, maybe there's a blanket. Dropping the head down all the way to the floor. Tenting the wrists. So the fingertips stay down and the wrists elevate, feeling the action of the bottom of the arms. Flattening the hands. Finding some more external rotation in the arms, taking the arms a little wider into a V. Playing with the rotation of the arm, so turning so that the pinky blade of the arm stays down and the thumb rotates up. Feel how that moves the inside of your, deltoid to the outside. Externally rotate. You could stay with one arm for a moment and open and close that arm. Switching to the other side, and then finding that movement where the hips release down, the forehead drops down, and the arms externally rotate. Yeah, releasing the forehead down. The belly's between the thighs, feeling the compression on the inhale. Press the blades of the hand down again to activate the arms. Maybe lifting the head and the gaze and looking forward. And we'll flatten the hands. Slide them backwards as we lift the torso up. Let's stretch out the feet and the ankles a little bit. So curl the toes under. Coming into your tabletop position, wag your tail. Decide how much weight you want to put on your feet as you scoot your hips backwards. Sitting back on your feet. You might do this for a second. Lift up, unflatten, wiggle your feet. Bring yourself back, staying. See how long you can stay here without stressing yourself out. And depending on how you feel, you come up to kneeling. That's a little wide. You might bring your feet a little closer together. You come up to kneeling. Ooh, yeah, that's so fun. Okay. From here, we're going to come up into our downward facing dog crouch. So placing the hands back down, keeping the knees bent, roll your ankles around, curl the toes under, lift the hips, knees stay bent. You could even turn the toes and the knees a little bit wider, almost like a squat. As you lengthen the rib cage back and the hips lift up, The heels stay elevated. The arms are straight. You're breathing into the belly, breathing into the upper back. Playing with lifting up the hips. Maybe lifting the hips and straightening the legs a little bit. And as you descend, press the ankles back, pressing the legs towards straight. Heels, maybe they just look at the floor today. Maybe someday, maybe tomorrow. Find a little movement in your hips. Notice how I'm not pushing my rib cage down towards the thighs. There's a lift of the rib cage up as I draw the tailbone back, pressing the ankles backwards. The head is relaxed. The arms are active. From here, we'll drop the knees down, come back into downward facing warrior. Toes become flat. Releasing the hips down again. Taking the hands, turning palms face up. Or if you want to take it into Balasana, child's pose, releasing your head and wrapping the arms around. Feeling the compression of the breath. And then bringing yourself up. Once again, we'll come up to tabletop. We'll curl the toes under. Lift up the knees, lift up the hips. Maybe stay for a downward facing dog. Dog, move your feet. Okay, fine. I'll move over here. Okay. There you go. There's a core workout. Do a little bear crawl, lifting opposite hand and foot. If you want a little extra. Otherwise, from your downward facing dog, as you lift the hips, maybe straightening the legs, maybe pressing the heels down towards the floor. You'll waddle your way forward, bending the knees. Staying here with the knees bent, swaying the body, relaxing the hands, tucking the chins, drawing yourself all the way up, slowly moving, slowly breathing. When your head comes upright, bring the arms wide. Breathe all the way to the top and exhale. Hands come down. Namaste.